happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, March 5th somehow. Time has flown without me even noticing it. Welcome to episode 17 of the Life in Knit podcast. My name is Rachel. My Instagram is @_lifeinknit, and my Ravelry is Rachel1137. It's been 3 weeks since my last podcast, but it's only actually been 2 for you because it took me about a week to edit the last one. I am so sorry. Somehow, I still managed to hit 100 subscribers since the last episode, so thank you so much. I'm really excited about that. That's pretty cool that 100 people are watching what I do week to week. I guess weeks to weeks. Start with the elephant in the room. I finally finished my Lace and Fade Boxy take 2. I am obsessed with this. Colors are actually showing up pretty good right now. All of the yarn is from Fantasy Fibers. It is Love Me Some Pie on her Enemies to Lovers Fingering, so her sock base, and which was the Pie Day colorway 2 years ago. Coming up pretty quick here too, which is pretty cool. So at least I got this one finished before this Pie Day. So yeah, and then the black is Harbinger on Surrey. Again, I didn't fade this one. I like the solid color. Granted, can you really call it a solid color when there's this much variegation in the yarn? But yeah, I'm obsessed with this thing, and I basically have not taken it off since I finished it. Thankfully, her yarn also wears really well. So this is the V-neck Boxy by Joji Locatelli. Not the V-neck, Lace and Fade Boxy by Joji Locatelli. And I made size 5 on this one this time, so I went a size down from the last time. It fits really well. It's nice oversized, but with the lace in there and then the really well-fitted sleeves, it doesn't feel as oversized, which is nice, but you get like the super comfy oversized feel with it, which is great. You can live in this thing, which is really cool. I like the looser neckline. I know there's a few people that have just done like a couple of decreases or done some ribbing instead of the rolled neckline, just to bring it in a little bit more because it is more of a boat neck. I love it because it's super comfy on me, but easily enough to alter if you don't want a super big neck. Or use a little less positive ease. You can easily go down a size and alter the sleeves if that's a little bit too much for you. That's my big finish this week. I do have another one as well. I know you're gonna be so shocked by this, so I just took it off the mats. I finished my Scrappy Musselburgh hat. So this is all Polka Dot Creek yarn. So this is the Musselburgh by Isolde Teague. Not that everyone doesn't know this pattern off the top of their head. So I used the last of the Rachel yarn from my socks. This is steel, and then this is navy. So I started with the leftover from the socks, and then another random mini that I had, faded that one in, and then added in, I think it's Thankful, and then birch, and there's a little bit of charcoal at the end as well. Super scrappy, just kind of went with tail ends of everything I had. The only thing I bought in that was one more mini skein of navy because for some crazy reason I thought that was going to be enough to finish the hat, and very clearly I would have basically needed another full skein. But I happily went about and only bought that one mini for this one. Otherwise, I used some of the leftovers from the opening day bouquet that we did when we opened up the Cochrane store. It was left over from my shorts, and then other ones. So yeah, nice and scrappy one, which is super fun. And it's gonna be super cozy winter. Yeah, just took it off the mats. It's so comfy. I love these hats. I really, really do. This one I didn't make quite as slouchy. I think I actually followed the pattern on this one, so I don't know if I'd have the slouch to be able to fold it up and still get the slouch. A little bit, yeah, which is nice. So, but yeah, they're so warm in the weather we have here in Alberta, which is really important because that wind sometimes can be outrageous, and I do like my river walks, so really, really helpful for that. And like I said, I just took that one off of the blocking mats. I didn't actually block it. I just laid it out flat. So fully washed it and just laid it out. I didn't pin that one at all. No, that was it for finishes. Yeah, I absolutely love that one. I know being able to use up some of the tail ends of some of my Polka Dot Creek skeins makes it a little easier to cast on something new. So I am not actually a work in progress yet, but it will be pretty soon. I swatched for what will be my second Plumule Cardigan by Celine Phaeton. I did one as a test knit a couple years ago. I did that one in yarn from Fantasy Fibers. But I wear it constantly, like absolutely constantly. So my goal this year is to try to knit seconds of the sweaters that I wear before I, like the ones that I wear all the time, before I just completely wear them out. So this is going to be the first of those. Well, I guess technically this was the first of those, because I do wear the Dickens out of my first lace and fade boxy as well, especially in like the spring and fall, like the shoulder seasons. It's a really nice one you can still get away with in the summer too, which is nice. But this is for the Plumule Cardigan. This is Polka Dot Creek yarn. This is my birthday yarn, so I'm getting that one cast on. Gonna have to re-swatch for this one, or at least just drop down a needle size, because it's a little bit, like, you can see me through it. And I don't want it quite that patchy, so I'm definitely gonna drop a needle size on this one. But this is the Classic Decay base, and the colorway is Navy. I'm really excited to play with this one and get this one cast on. Might go the lazy route and cast on with just one size smaller and just try it on pretty regularly, because I think it should work pretty good. I haven't even actually checked if this is on gauge yet, so I guess that's probably the best place to start. But yeah, so swatch is done at least. I did that one while I was at work on Sunday. Super quick swatch. I started off swatching in the round, and then my dumb brain remembered that this is a cardigan, so I'm not going to be knitting around. But my gauge didn't change too much, which is exciting. It's taken me a lot of work to get that. I used to have a really, really major difference between my in the round and flat gauges, so I've worked pretty hard on my pearls to try to get it close. And if you couldn't tell from the obvious reasons there, it is pretty stinking close now, which is really cool. It's like if you couldn't see the strands in behind, it'd be pretty hard to tell which is flat and which is round. So pretty proud of myself. You can do anything you want. You just have to work your keystroke off to get there, right? Now if only I could remember that in my day-to-day life. Otherwise, I've got 3 active projects currently. First one is, again, still in the tote bag, although it's getting pretty full. My crochet blanket. So if I can find, it's getting so big. I laid it on my lap this morning, and it was super fun to see just how like big it's getting. It's to be like a small lap blanket now, which is really cool. Where is my little, I think I need to get a bigger progress keeper on this one, because trying to find the progress keeper can be tricky. So that's the one where I was last week. I got this one from Knitting Wolf Luxury Yarns with one of the Game of Thrones colorways. I think I ordered like 8 of them, so I don't know which one it is. But yeah, okay. Oh, I've done what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds since last time of the blanket, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's just getting big now. I know the last couple of colors that I did anyways, so there's a little bit of the charcoal from Polka Dot Creek in there, and then, oh, that's not the last couple of colors, but that is charcoal. There's a Shirley Bryan colorway in there, the tail end of one of the fades, like the deconstructed fade sets, and then Away We Ride, which is also by Polka Dot Creek. The Shirley Bryan and Polka Dot Creek bases are pretty close, which is good to know for the future, because I do like both of them a lot. So yeah, this is getting pretty big now, which is, I'm still at my one color a day, which I'm pretty proud of myself for, because it's sometimes can be hard to get the motivation to do it in a day when all I want to do is work on something specific, but I'm doing it. However, I've run into a problem because all my magic knot balls are gone, and this is all that's left of the random one of like recent scraps that I've got, and this is not going to last long because I think like this self-striping is the Hocus Pocus self-striping from Polka Dot Creek as well, and then I think there's like 1 or 2 more yarns in there, and that's it. So I'm running out pretty quick and trying to decide what to do next. Think I'm going to use up that leftover tweed in a different blanket next, and then just keep gathering scraps. I've got a couple like, sorry about the, couple like small scrap balls in here, so if I can make like the bigger one work after that, I will. But otherwise I'll just start adding to whichever one makes the most sense, and when I get up enough again, let's go back to this one because I'm really liking it, and I'd like to have it like done at a decent like glad blanket size. I'm not going for like bed cover size or anything, but it's super cool. But yeah, I'm also kind of excited to try something different. So this is all like double crochet clusters, so maybe I'll try something else of one of like the basic stitches to do something a little different, but still not pushing me too far out of my comfort zone, because I'm still not a very good crocheter. I'm getting better at this though, so I am progressing, which is exciting. Otherwise, the other little one, my little dino bag, I don't know where I got this. I got this I think like 8 or 10 years ago. This might have been one of my first project bags from a random seller on Etsy, and it's got like a little tag but doesn't say who made it anymore. And I did try to go back into my Etsy, but I can't find anything. But yeah, little dinosaurs, there's the T-Rex in there. Yeah, shocker, I know I've got a few dinosaur bags. I think it's just 2. It might be 3 though. It very well could be 3. And this is what was the Sock Madness socks. Sock Madness I'm officially not continuing on with because I didn't finish in time. But these are the Conjoined Socks. I wanted to finish them anyways because, one, it's a fun pattern and will make me steek, which I haven't done before, other than swatches. I have steeked a swatch, but no like actual project yet. So it'll force me to do that, which is cool. And they're really pretty, and this yarn is stunning. So this is yarn from Grenouille Fiber Co. She is in Nova Scotia, I believe. One of the eastern provinces. Grenouille. It's the cute little frog. And the colorway is, oh, it's right there. New Brunswick, not Nova Scotia. She's in New Brunswick. And the colorway is Bitter Moon. This is on her sock base, which fairly certain is the same base as Fantasy Fibers. So if you like one or the other, you would like both. I think I got like halfway through my crescendo shawl and was like, hey Marissa, do you know? With no actual confirmation, but I think she was fairly certain as well. Yeah, it's Bitter Moon. You can see it the best down here. Oh, that's a little row counter. So a nice neutral gray base with all these really pretty speckles in it. And the cables on this pattern are just fun. It looks tiny, but it, at least until the end of the foot, it did fit. I haven't tried it on the legs, but it's ribbing on top of cables, so like it'll grow. So I'm not super worried about it. Because I knew before I finished the leg of the first one that I wasn't gonna make even a cheerleader, because it was Sunday night when I got close to the end, I cut off a repeat of the pattern, so it's a little bit more wearable for me. And I think I also didn't do enough rows technically for the competition side on the foot, so it probably wouldn't have passed anyways without me ripping out the whole thing. But yeah, so I got the one full sock is done, and the leg of the second, I just finished the heel flap and heel turn, and I'm picked up for the gusset on sock 2. So back in the round, another really awkward looking spot where it looks like a mouth. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about these guys. So yeah, it's the Conjoined Socks, so it will be the 2 separate ones at some point. Hoping to get this finished for the next one, because I do have 3 or 4 pairs of socks on the needles right now, and I'd like to get through a couple and show you some things I haven't showed you for a while, because in some I haven't shown you at all, because I still have the qualifiers from Sock Madness last year on the needles that I never finished. And yeah, love the socks. They're still so fun. But apparently I can't do Sock Madness anymore. Yeah, those are on my, of course, the ChiaoGoo red lace needles. I use them for almost everything that I knit. They're just the best. I do have a set of Line of the Moon as well, in case I want to use wood. I think a random couple, like 16-inch hat cords for that are still knit picks, but overwhelmingly ChiaoGoo. It's also what we sell at Polka Dot Creek, so that's the other part of the reason. So just handy. And my last whip is one you barely saw last week, but I'm working on another test knit for Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn. This is just in a leather bag I brought back from Italy, but I think it's going to have to get moved pretty quick because I am running out of room. Because as the sweater is getting bigger, the room gets smaller, which is fair. But this is the Curse Breaker sweater. It is a mostly all over colorwork sweater, and I am finally into set colorwork. I think I've got like 10 or 15 rows away from splitting 4 sleeves on this one. But I'm loving how the colors are looking in this one. So it's a mix of different yarn companies. So the red that you see the most here is Brick on Classic Decay from Polka Dot Creek. The gray is Bad Rock on the Juicy Decay by Farmer's Daughter Fibers. This gold is Tiger's Eye by Chester Knits. Do I remember the base name of it? Of course not. This one is a sport, but our DK at Polka Dot is a little bit lighter, so you can get away with it for sport weight as well, which is nice. So this is the soft sport base by Chester Knits. Again, the colorway is Tiger's Eye. I got that from Bad Anna's way too long ago, because that was before I moved to the Okanagan, which was in 2018. So I've had this one for quite a while. So yeah, it's Tiger's Eye. It's so pretty. I'm really enjoying how it's working in with this. And then the dark blue, which almost looks black in this light, but I swear it's got blue to it, is an overdyed navy on the Classic Decay from Polka Dot Creek. Yeah. So it's that so far. I'm doing 3 color work in a sweater for the first time ever. I've done it before on like some other things, but never on a sweater before. So it's pushing me a little bit, which is cool. And it's coming along okay so far. I'm definitely not as smooth, and the rows take like twice as long with 3-strand colorwork. But overall, it's looking pretty good so far. Floats on the inside are not that neat right now, but they are looking pretty good. I really like the back of that one. It's super fun. I've just been catching my floats the traditional, like catching colorwork floats ways. I generally will default to ladder back jacquard, but I haven't wanted to play with it with the 3 colors coming in and out so regularly on this one. So yeah, I think I'm about 10 rows away from splitting for sleeves on this bad boy, and then it's gonna go a lot faster because I'm at that really fun spot where there's 5 billion stitches on the needles, it feels, and I just started another increase row. So I love yokes because they're so pretty, but it's also my least favorite part of the project until you get that magical sleeve separation because it looks so good. But yeah, so Curse Breaker sweater by Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn. I will pop a picture of it in here as well, because this does not do it justice right now, and it is such a pretty design. As soon as I saw her start to work on it in her stories and whatnot on Instagram, I was like, yes, I need to do this one. Me, please. And she is a wonderful, wonderful human, and actually let me test it. But yeah, it's gonna be so pretty. That one is a super cool one. So yeah, it's all over colorwork from the whole body, and then the sleeves are just straight stockinette. So those sleeves are gonna be a nice break. I did see that it is March now, so it's Andrea Mowry's March to May knit along. And I'm nothing but easily swayed. So I think I'm going to cast on another sweater. Because why not do 3 at a time, right? I'm going to start the Plumule soon, so I might as well start 2 at the same time. One I've been meaning to knit for a while that I have had the yarn for a while is the big cozy cardi. It just looks so comfy. I'll pop the picture here so you know what I'm talking about. But I got the yarn for this one before our dollar started sucking quite so bad, from Tristan of Dragon Horde. So I got these 2 for it. So this is Dorcas on her Legend Sport base. It's 100% non-superwash. It's actually pretty good color there for it. It's just so good. That's going to be the main body of the sweater. And then on her Nymph Surrey lace, which is her Surrey alpaca. You can tell how old this is by how all these labels are. I think she's changed her labels twice since this. The colorway on this one is Moon Eater. Just so it's going to be a lot more pink of a sweater than I normally knit, but it's going to be so pretty. And it's been a while since I've knit with anything that's non-superwash, so I'm pretty excited about this one. And then the whole like outer neckband is all in the Surrey, which is going to be so cozy. So yeah, pretty excited about that one. I've been wanting to cast this on for a while, so this is a pretty good excuse for it, if I do say so myself. But yeah, those 2 are going to be really good, so that's going to be the next one. I have it on my to-do list this week to swatch for that. Yeah, so definitely excited to do that one. So, and I don't have anything along this colorway on the nails right now anyways. I try to keep the colors a little bit varied to give me something interesting to focus on. The other thing I was considering was something very bright, like from this shelf bright. But unless I get a couple of pairs of socks off the needles, I have no excuse to cast on another pair of socks. So that's works in progress, or nearly works in progress. What is next? Acquisitions. So I have been pretty good lately. I did buy that little mini skein of navy from Polka Dot Creek for the hat, but it's already all gone. So like down to the last inch, all gone. I just knit until I was done with it, then brought in the charcoal for it. And other than that, I did get my sweater quantity from Marissa Fantasy Fibers as payment for a couple of sample knits I did for her last year. I went on the crazy train on this one, so it did take a couple of sweaters worth on her size to get the 8 skeins that I need for this sweater. But she dyed up her envy for me on, it's just gonna be a full arm, because it's so good. So yeah, I've got 8 skeins of envy on her Morally Grey Decay. It's just that really beautiful dark green. It's the same one I did the samples for her last year in, so you did see this one in progress. I'm going to do another All of the Lights cardigan by Hohilo Catelli. I'll pop a picture in here. So all the cabley goodness in a tonal color, because I have a more speckled variegated one now, so I want to do one, and the one I have is in BFL, which is really nice and holds up really well, but I want a super soft one too. So this is her Morally Grey DK, which is single ply, 65% superwash merino, 20% silk, and 15% yak. It's just beautiful. It is a single ply, but it is a pretty tight weave, so I'm not super worried about it. The cables aren't going to be super standouty in a single ply, but again, I'm okay with that. There's enough cables on it that it's going to pop anyways, especially on the dark green. Definitely all for making sure you have the right yarn for a project, but if you know what you're going to get out of it, it's okay to break the rules sometimes too. So yeah, I've got a really giant handful of this. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. So excited for that one. That one's hopefully going to come this year as well. Like I said, it's the year of doing second sweaters of all the things. Yeah. Excited for that one. So that was it that I got for acquisitions. Like I said, I've been trying to be pretty good. if they've brought it to our store, I'm probably going to bring home a skein of the 4th anniversary color that Shelly did for the Airdrie store for this year. I wasn't able to make it out for the anniversary party, so I didn't grab it then, but I have heavily hinted that I desperately want a skein. So I'm hoping they were wonderful humans and brought a couple out for us. And I'll definitely grab that. Otherwise, it was a pretty good month for like the out versus in. I did finish quite a few things. Actually, I'm gonna go grab my book. So yeah, like I said, it was a pretty good month for the out versus in. February, my very filled out one now. So I did count, again, I don't count free yarn on my yarn in side of things. Oh, another acquisition. Speaking of, the other acquisition I almost forgot about. So I did get the Fireweed Fiber Co. Jurassic Park Yarn Club because, of course I did. February's colorway is we have a T-Rex. Oh, look at those greens in there. I didn't think I liked green as much as I did, but then if you look at this cubby here, that's all my greens, and it's basically full. So clearly, I like green. But yeah, so we have a T-Rex. I get the single skein of the Sweet Pea sock. Her Sweet Pea sock is so good. Like, the tight twist on that is just, like, impeccable. Yeah, clearly, I don't like green. Just 9 skeins of it this month. That's fine. Yeah. We have a T-Rex. You do have the choice to choose from all the bases. March is up there as well. I've already opened it. I think I opened it within 3 minutes of getting the club, but I'm not going to spoil it for everyone in case you haven't opened yours yet. They did just release the pre-orders for the next quarter, if you are so inclined. I've got the subscription, so I got an email from them today saying, like, it's time to sign up if you want to keep signing. If, like, here's your invoice, pay it. You did a subscription thing. I think I waited like 5 seconds. It's due by the end of the month, but I'm not going to risk that. So yeah. We have a T-Rex. I'm having so much fun with this one. I'm a sucker for Jurassic Park, so had to do that one, which is exciting. And the April one looks really cool too. It's based on the scene of the velociraptors in the kitchen. If you know, you know. If you don't, watch the movie, please. But yeah, so that was my other one. You saw I haven't gotten the Fantasy Fibers yet for February. I did get January's in February, so I did count that as well. And then, yeah, that little mini from Polka Dot Creek. I finished my Rachel socks, the Steady Hour sweater, which was the sample from Marissa, Lace and Fade Boxy, and then I did 1,168 yards into my crochet blanket. 1,100 yards. The amount of yarn that is in that blanket already is crazy to me. Like, I'm not fast at crochet, but it's still going so quick. So yeah, that's gonna get dangerous pretty quick, I think. So my totals out this month was 4,000, or last month was total out was 4,524 yards, and in was 1,360, and there was only the one mini that wasn't my yarn clubs, which is pretty impressive. If I keep that up, I am thrilled. So my total year to date is 8,997 yards out and 4,022 in. I did also, again, because I used a lot of mini skeins, finished up 12 skeins of yarn this year. So I think my total for the year is at 25 skeins out now. I have already finished a couple this month because of the minis for the Musselburgh. I've already done 3 this month. But 25 skeins is awesome. Do I have at least 600? Yes. but 25 out is good. I think my goal for the year is 85. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that one. But yeah, a grand total so far of 224% more yarn out than in. Again, free yarn doesn't count. If I did, it would probably be pretty even. But yeah, so my little notebook, I got this from Chapters, and it's got a bunch of little stickers on it. This one is new. A little In a World of Bookworms, Be a Book Dragon. I got this one from the RR Bookish Boutique. I think that's the only new one on here. I did get another sticker from Marissa, Fantasy Fibers, another one of her dragon ones from the Fourth Wing collection. I've also thrown in her brain that she needs to make some logo stickers. So hopefully those will come soon. The other one, I do have one on my Kindle as well. But yeah. That's this month. I'm pretty proud of myself. Sticking to my goals so far-ish. And actually working through things. The other one I'm pretty proud of is that I'm actually doing some of my bingo card. So I did do the Lace and Fade Boxy was one. 2 Diaphanous Raglans is on there, and I do have the yarn pulled aside for a second one, and I did finish the first one. 3 headbands, I've already done 2. I want to do 3 hats, and I've already done 2. And the test knit was the easy center square, because I do too many. The Silk Graffiti finish was on there, Scrappy Project, which was the Musselburgh, self-striping socks, which are done, and then the Lace and Fade Boxy. So doing pretty good progress on that. I've also got that Stash Down bingo from the Q2 of last year that I'm using. So I got the yarn from a local yarn store. That's an easy one for me. 3 mini skeins done. Yarn that was a gift. I think I used my Rachel yarn for that one because that was a gift from Shelly because she's the best boss ever. Donate a finished item. I did bring in a sweater to the yarn store that I worked at and gave that away to a friend who it fits so much better than it does me now. 2 to 3 coordinating skeins, which is an easy one. Yarn left over from another project and purchased before 2023, which was way too easy. I think there's one on here that's like the oldest skein of yarn in your stash, and I'm a little scared to look at that one. But I want to do that soon because it'll be cool to see. Scary to see, but cool to see. Yeah. So that is about it from me. I do have to go to work anyways. I start in 10 minutes, so I should probably get my keystring gear. Luckily, it's about a 5-minute drive, and I was smart and took the dogs out before I sat down to do this, knowing that I would cut it close. Hoping that it will take a lot less time for me to get this out to you next week. Then by next week, I hope this week. My goal is to sit down and do it today before I do anything else. Maybe I'll do that while swatching for my big cozy cardi, because I don't have anything vanilla on the needles right now. Everything is colorwork or cables, so gotta figure something out there. Yeah. That is it for me. I hope you have a wonderful week wherever you are, whatever you are making. Please let me know down in the comments what you're working on. I always get really excited to see what everyone else is working on. It's one of my favorite things from like looking at different Facebook and not Facebook. I don't go on Facebook at all. Different Instagram posts. It's just like spying on what other people are making because it's the best part. It's also my favorite thing about knit night. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week and take some time for yourself and make time to make something. Happy knitting, you guys.